Are you ready for your short full body flow? We're going to go ahead and use a pair of dumbbells. I'm going to use 5 pounds here. As always, you use what you have. Water bottles and cans work great as well. Or of course, we can absolutely do this with no weight also. So I'm going to start standing with my hands just holding on to those weights. Feet are hip distance apart. Roll those shoulders back. Take a nice inhale through our nose. And let that breath out through our mouth. Let's tuck the chin into our chest. Roll down, letting those dumbbells lead the way for me. And just stay down there for a second. Relax our head, neck, shoulders, and roll that belly button coming up first. And roll the shoulders up at the top. From here, I want you to hinge at your waist, bend at the knees for me. So from the side, we're nice and straight from our tailbone to the crown of our head. We row those elbows back and release. And again, we row them back, release. Stand up, squeeze the glutes, bicep curl, and overhead press. Let's repeat that. We go ahead, hinge over. We row, release, and row. Release, stand up, squeeze the glutes gently, and push overhead. Gorgeous. And just reverse to come out of that. We row, release, and row, release. Stand, bicep curl, and overhead press. Now notice how when I do that overhead press and I go from that bicep to that overhead press, I'm changing the direction of my hands. So we have 3 more, and then we're going to move on. So bicep curl, flip them around, arms come overhead, ribs stay tucked in. And again, 2 more, exhale. And go ahead, stand up, squeeze the glutes. Keep our ribs tucked in for me. And last one, as we row, release, row, release. Stand and bicep curl. Push overhead for me and bring it back down. Relax our shoulders back and down. Let's bring our arms in towards our chest for me. We're side lunging over to that left side. So, bending into that leg, keeping our right leg straight, come back through center. We squat down and stand back up. Squat down and stand back up. Lift the heels and lower back down. And lift the heels and lower back down. And side lunge over to that second side. Again, we squat and stand, keeping that bum back and that chest up. Heel lift. And 2. And again, we come on to our second round. As we're squatting, our weight is into our heels. Our bum is back, our chest is up. As we're lifting the heels, we're putting equal pressure from our pinky to our big toe. And as we're side lunging, we're thinking about keeping our hips forward. Good. And lift the heels. We're only going to do 1 more complete round of this. So over to that left side and stand up and squat. It's a little bit of a narrower squat. So if you need to come a bit wider, feel free to. Oh, I almost forgot our heel lift. Good. And then over to that second side and back through center. Release the arms down. Again, relax our shoulders back. Let's reverse lunge. Make sure I've got enough room behind me. Reverse lunge back onto our right leg. So toes are facing forward. We're not on a tight rope to start. We want to have a good equal distance between those legs. Let's reverse lunge, step that foot back, bending the knee. Let's bicep curl with that right arm and then do a single arm overhead press for me. Same exact thing again. Now, can we make sure that our hips and our shoulders are facing the same direction as we're doing this? Can we make sure that as we're lunging back, our chest stays proud so we don't hinge over at those hips? We're going to do 2 more for me. And then 1 more. And then you guessed it, we've got that second side to do. Let's lunge back for me with that left side. Bicep curl, overhead press just with that left arm. So whenever we do this unilateral work, those balance muscles are really setting in because we want to make sure that we don't fall over. That's right. That's always a good start to the day, isn't it? Good. And 3 more. Making sure that we're not swinging or using momentum with that arm. And 2 more. Good. And last one for me. And relax it down. Now, let's make our way to the front of our mat. Let's go ahead, cross our ankles, bring our arms together, and take a seat down onto that mat, or just come down, however is best for you guys. Now, let's extend those legs nice and long in front. Let's reach the arms, and let's roll back down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, keep our arms over the chest. Exhale, bring our right leg up into tabletop and our left leg up into tabletop. Squeeze our legs together for me. Relax our shoulders back and down. Now, our back is connected to that mat for me. We're going to inhale as we reach the arms to the floor behind us, keeping our ribs tucked, and exhale as we come back. Let's extend one leg to the wall in front of us, and exhale, bring it back, and the other leg. And let's bring it back. Let's do that again. So again, reaching over only as far as your range of motion will allow those ribs to stay tucked. And as we reach the leg away, the leg only comes as low as, again, you can keep that back into the floor. So it's all about what personally you can do. It really doesn't matter what your next door neighbor or I'm doing. It's as you're going to get most out of the exercise if you go with your range of motion. Less really is more. Good. And reach and back in, and reach and back in. Last 3 for me. Good, really a full body exercise here. Good. And again as we reach and back and extend and keep our arms where they are. Lower one foot down, lower the other foot down. Separate our feet. Hip distance apart. Our arms are over our chest, palms are still facing each other, elbows are slightly soft. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead, we're going to tuck the tail, we're going to bridge up for me, stay here. We're opening our arms out into a chest fly for me, exhaling as we come back, and lowering the hips down. Again, exhale, lift, inhale, open the arms, and close the arms, and lower back down. Now, whilst we're doing this, let's check in on a couple of things. Our elbows are soft and our ribs are down. And as we're coming into the bridge position, we're really thinking of tracking those legs. So hips, knees, ankles, all in alignment. Our legs aren't coming in or flaying out. We're going to do 3 more as we come out and in and lower and lift. Last 2. Good. Are we keeping those ribs melted down? Are we keeping those legs tracked? And last 1 and close and lower down for me. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to roll onto our right side. Let's lose 1 weight for me. We're just going to need 1 weight. So our right elbow is directly underneath of our shoulder. As always, we're lifting that oblique away from the floor. We're going to have our legs stacked in that tabletop position. And then let's go ahead and open up into that almost clamshell position. So our hips are still stacked for me though. We're going to reach our left arm all the way up to the ceiling, keeping our shoulder out of our ear. And then let's go ahead and bend the elbow and crunch the elbow and the knee together and lower the foot and reach the arm. Again, so we're kind of almost crossing them one over each other, like ships passing in the night. And 4, again, pushing away from the floor. And 3, really working into that waist. And 2, notice how as I come up, I'm lifting my oblique again. And 1, and lift. Hold here for me. From here, we lower the left arm to meet the knee and lift the arm back up. Well, pinky comes down to our knee and we lift our arm back up. We have 3 more and lift. And 2 more and lift. And last one, stay lifted. Again, stay still as we pulse just that back knee back for 10, 9, 8, 7, woo, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down for me, gorgeous. Now, let's lose both weights for a second, and we're going to transition into a propped position onto our back. So propping ourselves up. Again, our tail is going to be tucked, but our chest is up proud, like we're showing the necklace off. Let's bring one leg up into tabletop, the other. Let's flex both feet for me. We're going to inhale as we push the legs away, and exhale as we draw it back in. We inhale, only going as low as you can keep that pelvis still tucked. So that lower back is still very much connected to the floor. And we have 6, and exhale, bring it home. And 5, keep our chin away from our chest. And 4, good. And 3 more, and bringing it in. And 2, and last one for me, and lower our right foot, our left foot, and push ourselves up as we swing onto that second side. So again, our elbow is directly underneath of our shoulder for me. We're going to have our legs in that side lying tabletop position, and we're going to open up so our hips are still stacked and our shoulders are still stacked. Taking that weight into that right hand, lifting the arm up to the ceiling for me. You know what's coming, guys. Elbow crosses the knee and reach up. And again, we're coming in almost into that side crunch and reach and lift that chest back up. And we have another 6 and reach and 5. Beautiful. And 4. And nice and tall in that chest. 3 more. Good. And 2. Lots of muscles working here. And 1. And stay here. Now, our pinky comes down to our knee. And exhale as we lift. We lower it down. And we lift. Can we keep that knee open? We have 4. And lift. And 3. Beautiful. And 2, keep that oblique lifted away from the floor. And 1, and lift, stay here. Keep reaching away from the ears and pulse that leg back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close everything. Go ahead. We're going to use those weights for stacking now, because from here we're going to come into a little bit of a bear hover. So we're going to tuck our toes underneath of us on the floor. Our knees are hip distance apart underneath of our hips, and our hands are stacked underneath of our shoulders. Now, if you have wrist issues, guys, you'll notice how I'm easier able to stack my hand, my wrist, and my forearm. Okay, so this might be something that you might want to think about in general for using when we're in quadruped work. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, let's hover those knees up off the floor as we hold. Stop still for 10. Nice neutral gaze. 8, 7. Put that head on straight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. You guys did such a beautiful job. We're going to do that all over again. Make sure there's length in the tail. We're looking just ahead of those weights towards the end of the mat. Take a nice inhale, exhale, hover those knees and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Send back in that rest position for me. Breathing here. And then go ahead, come all the way up for me. Roll our shoulders back for 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. And those words you've been waiting for. You, my darlings, are all done. Mwah. I will see you next time.